Hey everybody, welcome to Ladybug Girl Show. Today we're gonna make soap.
Yeah.
For Valentine's Day, huh?
Yeah, the Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Are you excited about Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Yeah? You wanna make some soap?
Yeah.
Hey Emily, what kind of soap are we making?
Melt and pour.
Yeah, melt and pour.
Yeah.
We're gonna use honey glycerin as our base, and it's super easy and fun to do with kids.
Yeah.
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 Kids love making soap, huh?
Yeah.
The items you will need are a soap loaf, some honey glycerin soap is basically the base for making the soap. And then I picked up some ice cube trays in the dollar section. These were actually $3, but it's a great price for silicone molds. And what you need to know is anything used for soap you can't use for human consumption later. So I can't make Jell-O or ice cubes for us to eat because it would be bad for us. So this will forever be my soap making mold. And then you need red and blue because we're going to do Valentine's Day colors.
And Valentine's carols.
Yes, and you want, you might want some sparkles.
And this too.
Oh, and that too.
And
Show them what this one is. We're going to use cinnamon essential oil.
cinnamon and oil.
And then you need measuring spoons.
Measuring spoons.
And like I said, once they're used for soap, it's always going to be our soap spoons.
Yeah.
Yep. And a cutting knife. And then you need a bowl for soap making. Obviously I didn't get cleaned out very well the last time.
And this too.
And newspaper, so you have an easy mess to clean up when you're all done. Also, you need a spray bottle with rubbing alcohol so you can get the bubbles off the top of your soap loaf, or you can use it to attach the hard soap to the newly poured soap. So it's a great thing to have. You will also need a soap spoon, or a wooden spoon. Here are some other examples you could use for making Valentine's Day soap.
And we all ready to make soap?
We're all ready to make soap. Okay, so I got my honey glycerin soap, and it's one big block, and I'm going to have to cut up into little pieces, and we're just going to microwave it in the microwave. Okay, cut your slices
Yeah.
for microwaving.
What are you making?
A mess, huh?
You are building something. You are...
Okay.
Let's make the soap.
Now we're going to melt it for 30 seconds, and then we'll stop and stir it, and then we'll do it 10-second intervals until it's all melted. Okay, it's starting to melt. We're just going to stir it up. And then we'll microwave it for 10 more seconds.
No.
You want to do 15?
No. Maybe couple minutes.
Ooh, it's looking better. Just stir it up. So the soap's all melted, and I'm going to add my color. First I'm going to do red for our red hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll see how that looks. Ooh. It's looking pink. I have my cinnamon essential oil, and we're going to do 2 tablespoons per pound. Okay, here's 1. Stir it in real good. Ooh, that smells really strong. Okay, and then we're going to add a little bit of sparkle. And a little bit goes a long, long way.
I do it too.
I think Mommy's going to do it, or we...
No, me.
You're going to stir it, right?
Okay.
That's plenty.
Do it.
I did. You got little chunks in there you got to stir up.
Oh, the chunks?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Once your soap is all stirred, then you pour it into the molds, and Mommy's going to do this part. Okay, so I have my molds all ready. Okay, so we filled up our heart molds, and they look pretty good. Some of them might filled up a little too much, so I would be cautious in the future to not do it as full, you know, leave a little bit of space. But I had some extra soap, and what I'm going to do is melt it down and then pour it into here. And now we're going to pour the extra into our heart mold. Okay, and if there's bubbles on the top of the mold, you can use your rubbing alcohol to get rid of them. See how they disappear? Okay, so we let the soap sit and harden for about 45 minutes. You can always put it in the fridge to help speed up the process, but with the silicone molds, it's actually really easy to take out. They just pop right out. And for the ones that ran over, I'll show you a little trick. So when you take this one out, see there's a little excess, and be real careful, but you just cut it right off, and then it looks perfect. See? There. And then the part that you had as excess, you can actually reuse it. You can always reuse your soap, so I just throw it back in my bowl for my next melt. Okay, then the next step is putting all your little hearts in your mold. The idea here is that when you cut your individual soaps, you're going to see little hearts. And then I have extra hearts, so what I'm going to do is place some hearts in the top as the soap hardens. So let's get started. Okay, so the next step, we're going to melt pretty much about 3 1-inch bars to pour in there. And what I'm going to do is do a purple to surround the pink hearts. I thought it'd be really cute. So let's melt it for 30 seconds and then we'll stir. Okay, now that your soap is melted, it's time to add your color and scent. So we're using cinnamon essential oil. We're just going to do a little bit because we actually did a little too much last time. Okay. A little bit goes a long ways. And then to get purple, you need red and blue. Okay, 4 to 1. For your to create your purple, use 4 times the amount of red as you do blue. And now it's time to add some sparkles. And all the items I'm using are designed specially for soap making. And with the sparkles, a little bit really does go a long way, so you hardly have to add any. And I love sparkles, and it just makes it look so pretty. Okay, so when you're ready to pour, I'm taking out one of the hearts where I'm going to pour so I don't melt the heart as I'm pouring it in. I have a location to start pouring. And it fills in very nicely. Then I'm going to put my little heart back. And go ahead and pour in the rest. Oh. Maybe that plan didn't go as... That's okay. Okay, we're at the top of our hearts. And at the very top you can see all the bubbles, and what you want to do is spray the top with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol. It only takes a little bit and it immediately dissolves the bubbles. To get hearts at the top of your soap, wait about 5 minutes and then you can have it where they stop towards the top, but it is kind of tricky. Okay, after your mold has sat for a few hours, it is time to release the soap from the mold. So he's making some noises over there. You gotta apply gentle but constant pressure for a minute. Okay, we got one side off. Okay, the bottom was kind of hard to take off. So now that you have your block of soap, you want to start cutting it. I'm going to cut the edge so I can have both sides look the same. Just take off that little piece, and I can use this for future soap making. And look at how cool that turned out. There's two little hearts. And then I'm going to do the next slice. Oh, look at that. I'm so excited. And it smells delicious. Oh, look at that. That is so cute. Okay. Haha. I'm so excited too because I can give these to all my friends and family. What's a better gift than something homemade? Oh, that is just so cute. Cinnamon just, you know, screams out Valentine's Day, so I think we did a good job. That one looks like it's leaning on each other. And then I'm just going to try to get the very end of this one off. Okay. Okay, we just got done making soap. We made about 9 bars of soap, all Valentine's Day theme, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to give this to my friends and family, and I am hoping that it makes their Valentine's Day a little more special. Let's go to the freezer now and pull out one last mold and see how that turned out. I have to say silicone molds are the way to go because they're super easy to take the soap out of, but sometimes you want to use other molds, and I have this metal mold, but the best way to get the soap out is to place it in a cool spot like the fridge or the freezer, and then it should be able to pop out a little bit easier. So it looks like it's ready to come out. Oh! And there you go! My Valentine's Day is complete! Stay tuned for more episodes. If you want to watch more about soap making, let me know. I just really started this adventure. I also make candles, and I could make videos about my candle making too. Have a great day.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
You're crazy.
You make them into weapons.
And weapons.
No.
You're
Oh, you got it.
Okay, so first I'm going to cut up little slices. Whoa. Maybe you should use the cutting board.